A few years ago, I made some sausage.
Oh, I'm hoping these taste as good as they look.
And they did. In the last episode, we showed you how to mix up your spices for a spice pack. And today, we're going to be mixing that spice pack in some existing meat trims.
Pretty much a spice. Now we're going to make a slurry, and we're going to require 1.33 pounds of water for this particular recipe. I think I'm going to overshoot a little bit. And basically, we're going to add this ingredient, and when we add it, I got a little over 1.4. I probably shouldn't worry about removing that extra ounce. It's just actually under 1.35, 1 pound. This is all in pounds, not cups. All right, so now we're going to add them to our blender. So we've got our 1 pound, 4 ounces of water in there. We've got our 1 cup of binder slurry. All right, so we're going to make a slurry. Get that mixed real good. And that'll be good, and we're going to pour that in the meat.
Now, before I go on here, you'll see here that this meat has a kind of a pinkness to it that normal meat doesn't have. It's not oxidized. It's the fact that I put in the actual preservative, the prog powder, before. I also added some cracked pepper that I wanted, and I mixed it up. This is as you can tell here, a Bill Dumas suggested thing that you do is you let it sit in its own preservative first before you grind it, and this gets you a consistency all across the board that's better than adding it after the sausage, or rather the meat, has been ground.
So I have got my cutting gloves underneath, protective gloves, because I'm going to mix this, and my hands will get cold, but I'll do this twice. I'm going to mix it once after we pour the slurry in it, which you can see is pretty much a spice smoothie, okay? And I'm going to mix this around, and then we're going to stick it in the freezer for about 20-30 minutes before we grind it. So here it is after that process, and like I said, I'm going to stick it in the freezer for about 20 to 30 minutes just to get it just kind of frozen up a little bit, because the grinding causes heat, and we don't want that. So it's still under the slurry, and it's all nice and mixed. And also remember, you also have that preservative in there. Now that you've added water and mixed it, it's going to get that preservative in each chunk even more than it was. And then later on, once it's ground, before we stuff it, and before we mix it, before we stuff it, we're going to add jalapeno, dried jalapeno, and also some cheese. So this is the cheese I'm going to use. I'm not going to use high temperature cheese. I'm going to use a good quality sharp cheddar. So 40 pounds uses about a cup per 10 pounds. So 4 cups, or a little under a quart or so of cheddar. And
so that preservative part took a little bit longer, so we're going to handle the cheese in the next episode. And then we'll start grinding. So be sure to like, follow, or subscribe to Pop Daddy, the original barbecue